See. So write down the heading of the next chapter, which is called Permutations and Combinations. So write down the heading as Permutations and Combinations. Okay. So write down the basic meaning. So this chapter is all about, if suppose I give you certain objects in your hand. Okay. Let's say I'm giving you 4 different pens in your hand. 4 different pens. Let's say one is of color red, other is orange, yellow, and blue. So I give you these pens in your hand. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to tell you saying that you're supposed to arrange all these objects in different combinations that are possible. So you need to arrange all these objects. So how many objects do you have in your hand?
4.
So I gave you 4 different pens, right? So if I ask you to arrange, then you can keep the red pen first, orange, yellow, and blue. Or what you will do, you will place R, Y, O, B. You can do something like this, R, O, Y, B. So like this, you can think of many such combinations in which you can try to rearrange all the objects among themselves. Am I right? So what you're doing is, each pen is treated as an object. You're trying to rearrange the object among themselves. So this process of rearrangements of objects is what is called as permutations. Okay. So arrangement of the objects that are given in your hand is what is called as permutation. So permutation is a technical name. The simplest meaning of what a permutation is nothing but an arrangement. Similarly, combination means the number of ways of selecting objects. Okay. For example, I give you 4 different pens. In how many ways you can select 2 pens? If I ask you to take any 2 pens, then what are all the different combinations that you can think of? You can select a red pen and an orange pen. You can select a red pen and an yellow pen. You can select a red and a blue pen. You can select an yellow and a blue pen, something like this, right? You can do any such combinations. So the process of selecting the process of selection is what is called as combination. The process of arrangement is what is called as permutation. Wait a minute. So is this point clear? Here you guys understand what is the difference between these two? So permutation means arrangements, combination means selection. That is picking up something. Okay. If these basic terms are clear, I will proceed with the remaining part of the chapter. I'll proceed to the main context. Are you guys clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, before we get into the topic of permutations and combination, the first thing that you're supposed to know is called as the fundamental principle of counting. So let's understand what this fundamental principle of counting means. So we will first look into certain examples. We will try to write whatever is the output case possible. And based on that, we will try to derive a formula. Okay. So this chapter, what you're going to do is, you're going to take an example. With that example, we will try to analyze certain factors. With that factor, we will be constructing the required formula. Okay. So formula has not come just like that. It is all because of the observations that we do. Now, for example, see, for understanding what a fundamental principle of counting means, see here, let us consider a following problem. So Mohan is there. He has 3 pants and 2 shirts. Okay. He's having 3 pants and 2 shirts. How many different pairs of pant and a shirt can he dress up with? Okay. So how many ways can he do? That's what we need to understand. So how many pants is he having? He's having 3 pants in his
3
hand.
pants.
Okay. So can I say something like this? He can take pant 1. So let the 3 pants be P1, P2 and P3. Let the 2 shirts be S1 and S2. So this P1 can be combined with S1. So P1, S1 is such case. Or what will he dress up with? He can wear pant 1 and shirt 2. Are you guys able to understand? So this is possible. Or what would have happened? He can wear pant 2 and shirt 1, or he can wear pant 2 and shirt 2. Or what can he do? He can wear pant 3 and shirt 1, or he can wear pant 3 and shirt 2. If you observe all these things, how many such possible ways are there? How many ways he can select the arrangements? In how many ways can he achieve this task of wearing a pant and a shirt? How many possibilities are there, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 possibilities. Right? So there are 6 possibilities in which he can accomplish this task. Right? So that's what is given here in a different way. So there are 3 pants P1, P2, P3 and 2 shirts S1 and S2. So he can wear P1 and S1 or pant 1 and shirt 2. Or he can wear pant 2 and shirt 1, pant 2 and shirt 2. Or he can wear pant 3 and shirt 1 or pant 3 and shirt. I hope it is clear. So let us consider another problem of the same type. Okay, observe. So Shabnam has 2 school bags, 3 tiffin boxes and 2 water bottles. So what is he having? He's having 2 school bags, 3 tiffin boxes and 2 water bottles. Okay. In how many ways can she carry these items, choosing one each? Means if you select school bag 1, in that you can place tiffin box 1 and you can place water bottle 1. So in this way, how many ways can she carry these items, taking only one at a time? Means she cannot take both the water bottles at the same time or all the 3 tiffin boxes at the same time. So if there is 1 school bag, there should only be 1 tiffin box and 1 water bottle. So if I give the name for school bag as B1 and B2, these are the bags. Okay. And water bottles, I'm calling them as, sorry, tiffin box, I'm calling as T1, T2 and T3. These are the tiffin boxes. Then water bottles I'm calling as W1 and W. So what are all the combinations that are possible? Tell me.
B1,
Bag 1.
B1, W1.
So tiffin box 1 and water bottle 1. Or bag 1, tiffin box 2 and water bottle 2. Or bag 1, tiffin box. So what I will do is, see, look at the way I'm writing, okay? T1 and W1. So B1, T2, W1 and B1, T2, W2.
W2.
Okay, similarly, what is possible? B2, T1, W1, B2, T1, W2, B2, T1, W1 and B2, T2, W2. Like this, if I keep on writing, see, B3, B4, T1, W1, T1, W1, B3, B4, T1, W2, T1, W2, B2, B2, T1, W1, sorry, T2, W1 and T2, W1, B3, B4, sorry, B3, B4, T2, W2 and T2, W2. Like this, if I exhaust everything, how many such possibilities are there?
12.
So there are 12 possibilities. If suppose I increase the number like this, 6 school bags, 9 tiffin boxes and 10 water bottles. Is it possible for you to sit and write everything? Will you write B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, tiffin
No,
boxes, T1, T2? It will become a very long process, right? So as I keep increasing the number, it is going to become a very tedious process. So to overcome this, what we are supposed to do is we need to come with some mathematical solution for it. So what is a mathematical solution that we are going to observe is, now I'm going to see how did I get this 6 from the numbers that I have in my hand. So I have 3 pants and 2 shirts. I'm looking only at the numbers. Okay. Pants are different objects. Shirts are different objects. In how many ways can I think of combining both and using one at a time? So I told 6 possibilities. How will you get 6 from 3 and 2? The only option possible is
Multiplies.
Multiplying.
Similarly, in this question, I'm going to observe. I have 2 school bags, 3 and 2. So when I tried to write all the possibilities, I got 12 possibilities.
12.
So we got 12 possibilities. How did I get this 12 from the numbers that are given in my hand? 2, 3 and 2. How do I get 12? Again,
Multiply all three numbers.
you're multiplying all the 3. 2 into 3 into 2. Right? If suppose I increase the question to 6 school bags, 9 tiffin boxes and 10 water bottles, what will your answer be?
540.
6 into 9 into 10. So there are 540 such possible ways in which she can carry 1 school bag, 1 tiffin box and 1 water bottle at a time. Are you able to understand? So this multiplication of all the objects that you have in your hand is what is given a technical name called as the fundamental principle of counting. Are you guys clear with this? Are you guys clear? So it is written, see. In fact, the problems of the above types are solved by applying the following principle known as the fundamental principle of counting, or simply the multiplication principle. Okay. So write down the statement. I want you all to write it down, please. So take your notes and write it down. If an event can occur in m different ways,
I have a doubt.
yeah, tell me.
Sir, so this in a way is like Cartesian product, no sir?
Yes, it is. It is actually, yeah. But only thing I didn't use the Cartesian product concept is because if you have more than 3 objects, you don't have.
Ah, yes, sir.
For example, you have 2 objects. I can call this as an ordered pair. P1 is P1, S1, P1, S2 is like an ordered pair. B1, T1, W1 is like an ordered triplet. So if there are more than 3 objects, I cannot explain. But yeah, your observation is right. It is like Cartesian product. Very good.
Understood, sir.
Yeah. So write it down. If an event can occur in m different ways. So you have a particular event which can be completed in m different ways, following which you have another event which can be completed in n different ways. Okay, underline the word different. N different ways. Then the total number of occurrence of the events, see, just because we see the word total, we think we should add. You're not supposed to add, rather you're supposed to multiply. Okay. Then the total number of occurrence of the events in the order is given by m into n. Are you guys able to understand this point? So this is what is called as fundamental principle of counting. But one thing should be different. What should be? What?
Sir, if it is given 3 values, sir. For example, m and b means you have to do m into n into b, sir.
Yes, it is m into n. That's it. We'll do some problems. You'll understand by then. Okay. So the above principle can be generalized for any finite number of events. For example, for 3 events, the principle is as follows. So if there is an event which can occur in m different ways, following which there is another event which can occur in n different ways, following which there is a third event which can occur in p different ways, then the total number of occurrence of all the events in the given order is given as m into n into p. Okay, so that is what they have explained with the above problem. So in the first problem, the required number of ways of wearing a pant and a shirt was the number of different ways of occurrence of the following events in succession. So event of choosing a pant. In how many ways can you choose a pant? 3 ways. In how many ways can you choose a shirt? 2
2.
ways. So this event has 3 different ways. This event has 2 different ways. So selecting a pant is an event. So in total, in how many ways can he complete them in order? 3 into 2, that will be, he can do it in 6 different ways. Similarly, in the second problem, the event of choosing a school bag could be done in 2 ways. The event of choosing a tiffin box can be done in 3 ways. And the event of choosing a water bottle can be done in 2 ways. So what are the total number of it can be done? 2 into 3 into 2, that will be. But one thing that each event should be different. Sorry, each event should be done in different ways. Did you underline the word different? Are you guys clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Now see, now I'm going to do some example problems which are there in NCERT page 136. So the first problem is, find the number of 4-letter words with or without meaning which can be formed out of the letters of the word rose, where the repetition of letters is not allowed. Okay. So how you are supposed to carry out this problem is, I will do in a lengthy process and show. Then I will tell you how you can do it in one step, and that is the way you are supposed to do in the exam also. But that lengthy process is only for you to visualize what exactly is happening inside. Okay. So what are they asking? They have given you the word rose. So this word rose has how many letters in it? It has
4.
4 letters. So those 4 letters should be rearranged among themselves such that you are able to generate a new word. Am I right? So rose is one word. I keep R fixed. Okay. So I am having 3 blank spaces. R is fixed. Now I have 3 blank spaces. In those 3 blank spaces, what are all the letters that you can put from the remaining letters? I can put the same O. I can rearrange E and S. We don't know whether the word row is existing or not. Okay. So this is one possibility. Or I can think of rearranging E, O, and S. You're able to understand what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Or I can think of R, S, O, E. Then what can we do? So what is kept fixed? The first letter is kept fixed. I'm not disturbing it. Next, last one I can think of is
So you
R.
wrote 2 of the same words, sir.
Which one?
RSEU.
Yes, sir. RSU.
R, S. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You should get one more.
RSOE.
Yes, sir. RSOE should come.
RSOE, sir.
Okay. Okay. So these are all the possible words by keeping R fixed. Now I'll keep O fixed. So O, 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 O. Okay. Now what can we do? I can put R. I can
RES.
ES.
RSE.
Now I'll put E here. RS.
RS.
RSE.
SR.
RSE.
I'll put S here. Then RE.
ER.
Right. Like this, if you keep writing, you can, what is other letter you can keep fixed? You can keep S fixed. When you keep S fixed, you will have 6 more. When you keep E fixed, you will have 6 more. So totally how many do you have in your hand?
24.
6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, you have 24 in your hand. So you can form 24 new words using the letters ROS. Alright. See, what I'm going to do is the same problem, how we are going to solve this. How many lettered word are they asking? You need a 4-lettered word. So whatever is the requirement is equal to the number of blank spaces you have. Okay. So from a 4-lettered word, you need to generate a 4-lettered word. So the first, see, generally when you write a word, you start from left to right. So the first blank space has how many possibilities?
4, sir.
You can substitute any of the 4 letters out of the word rose. So out of the 4, if you have substituted 1, then how many possibilities does the second blank space have?
3.
It has 3. So out of the 4, you have used 1 here and 1 here. So how many are left out in your hand?
2.
So out of the 4, you have used 3, and the last one will be left out with 1.
1.
1.
Because you are not allowed to what? You are not allowed to
Repeat.
Repeat.
repeat. Okay. So in how many ways can you fill the first blank space? 4. And in how many ways can you fill the second blank space? 3. In how many ways can you fill the third blank space? 2. In how many ways can you fill the fourth blank space? It is 1. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is going to be 20. Is that clear?
Understood, sir.
So that is why we get it as 24. And what I did is nothing but the fundamental principle of counting. So what I'm trying to say is the first, so when you're writing the exam, you should write it like this. Okay, that is more important, not the answer.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt.
Tell me.
If they say you can repeat up at least 2 letters, sir, then what we should do?
If you can
They
repeat,
say repetition is allowed.
repetition is allowed means 1, 2, 3, 4. This is with repetition. Okay. So if repetition is allowed, the first blank space can be filled in how many ways?
4.
4.
Second one?
4. 4. 4.
Answer? You can generate 256 such new letters, new words.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Okay. Anyways,
Without
I'll count
24 with repetition 256, sir.
256. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So number of ways of filling first blank space. What is the answer? 4. Second blank space, 3. Third blank space, 2. Fourth blank space, 1. Hence, applying what? Fundamental principle of counting or multiplication principle. Total words that can be formed are, what will you write? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that will be 24. This is clear. So this is what they expect you to write in the exam. Solving is simple, but you need to present it well. Clear? So this is how you need to make a note of. So if you're clear with this, I'll proceed to the next one.
Clear, sir.
Okay. So I'll proceed to the next one. Absent. Now you are given 4 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated if a signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other? So there is a signal that you need to design, and the signal should have how many flags?
2 flags.
So how are the 2 flags supposed to be placed one below the other? Okay. Now tell me, the upper part can be filled with how many flags?
4.
4,
This can be filled with?
3,
3.
So total number of ways? 4 into 3.
into
that
3,
is
12.
So I will show you, okay, what are. So let the 4 colors be C1, C2, C3 and C4. Okay. So I can place C1, C2 or C2, C1. Okay, the C1, C2 is one signal, C2, C1 is another signal. Because this is different and this is different. Are you guys able to understand why I'm saying this? If suppose I put red and orange here and orange and red here, they both are different. So what did I say? Fundamental principle of counting, you should be able to do them in different ways. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So C1, C2, C2, C1. Similarly, C1, C3, C3, C1.
E1,
Similarly, C1, C4.
C4, C1.
Right? Next, what can I think of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now tell me, what can I think of?
C2, C3,
Hmm.
C3, C2,
Ah,
C2, C4,
okay. C4, C2. Next.
C1, C4.
C1, C4, I wrote it here. No?
C4, C3, C3.
The
Where
C3,
is this?
C4 you wrote, sir.
C4, C3, where did I write?
C3, C4 you wrote, no, sir.
C4, C3. C4, C3 is different from C3, C4. No.
You already wrote C3, C4, no, sir.
Where did I write? I didn't write.
So you wrote, sir. Oh,
Where?
fourth one.
This is C1.
Oh, C1, no. Okay, sir.
Is it clear? So these are all the ways. Anyways, you need not write this. Okay, it is only for your understanding. Okay, in this way, shall we solve the exercise problems? Tell me, how many 2-digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if the digits can be repeated? Okay, how many even digit number do you want? You want a 2-digit even number. So whatever is the requirement is equal to the number of blank spaces. Okay. So what are all the digits you have in your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the digits can be repeated. So since they said even numbers, what is the important condition to be satisfied? The second space should either have 2 or so what do you mean by an even number, guys? A number which is divisible by 2. Are you guys there? Are you there or not?
Sorry, sir. I was answering with keeping my mic mute, sir.
Okay. So they're
I
saying you
got
need a,
disconnected, sir, for some time. Could you repeat from
I'm
example
saying-
3?
yeah, I've started just now. I'm saying the question says how many 2-digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 where the digits can be repeated. So you need 2-digit even number means 2 blank spaces. So they want even numbers. What do you mean by even numbers? The numbers which are divisible by 2. If a number has to be divisible by 2, what should be the numbers that should be placed in the ones digit?
2 and 4.
2 and
or
4,
four.
sir. 2 or 4.
So
Or
first,
4.
so since they told even numbers, first my responsibility is to ensure that the ones place is completed. So ones place can be completed in how many ways?
2 ways, sir.
2 ways.
In 2 ways. For understanding, I'm writing. So means it can be filled with
2 or 4.
it is 2 or 4. Okay. Don't write 2 and 4. Since the repetition is allowed, so this can be filled in 2 ways. In how many ways can you fill this?
5 ways, sir.
5.
So total words. So you need to mention it clearly. Since what? Since repetition is allowed, correct? Tens place can be filled in how many ways?
5 ways.
5 ways.
So total number of ways possible?
10 ways.
10 ways,
That's
sir.
it. That's it. 5 into 2, that will be 10. So what will be the answer? Like for 10 ways. So 10 numbers are possible. For example, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, and 5, 2. Or 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 5, 4. So these are all the numbers that are possible. I hope it is clear. Right? These are all the even numbers that you can form. Now I am changing the question. If they use the word repetition is not allowed, then what will be your answer?
6, sir.
It is not 6.
Oh.
So where are the digits getting repeated? 22 and 44. So out of the 10 possible numbers, which one should you remove? 22 and 44 should be removed. So how is it possible? 10 minus 2. So it is 8 ways. So let's see how I'm going to solve. If repetition not allowed, I can fill this place in how many ways? The ones digit in how many ways?
2 ways, sir.
2 ways.
Till 2 ways only.
Yes, sir.
But since repetition is not allowed, in how many ways can I fill the first space? That is the 10th
3,
digit.
3, sir. 3 ways,
See, there's
sir.
a mistake you're doing. It is 4. Why you're? So I think she also did the same mistake. You're thinking it is 3 because I've used 2 here. But my question is, if suppose you use 2 here, why can't I use a 4 here? I'm not allowed to use only which number?
Only the number which has been put in.
Which
the
is
one.
already used
So,
here. I'm not supposed to use only 2. Why do you have to eliminate 4 also? Just because you use 2 here, it is not 3 here, it is 4.
understood, sir.
So 22 and 44 should be removed. Out of the 10 possible numbers with repetition, minus the 2 numbers which are repeated, will give you the total number of possibilities without repetition. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please make a clear note of it. Don't get confused. So you write it down in your own words, however you understand. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. Find the number of different signals that can be generated by arranging, it is at least, okay, by arranging at least 2 flags in order, one below the other, on a vertical staff, if 5 different flags are available. So you have 5 different colors in your hand, okay, and so there's a good question. Mark it as important. So what are they asking you to frame? You need to frame different signals. They didn't tell you how many different signals. See, the difference between this question is, in this they told you need 2 flags, one below the other. Whereas in this question they are saying, you need to create different signals that can be generated by doing what? By arranging at least 2 flags in order. So each signal should minimum have how many colors in them?
2.
2. But is it necessary it should have only 2?
No, sir.
It should have minimum of 2, or it can have 3, or it can maximum have, it can have 2, or it can have 3, or it can have 4, or at the max it can have.
Or NCRT some, sir.
It is an NCRT someone. I've written it here, no, NCRT page 137. Or it can have 5 different colors. Are you guys able to understand? So it can be a 2-colored signal, or it can be a 3-colored signal, or it can be a 4-colored signal, or it can be a 5-colored signal also. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So mark this problem as important. So tell me, this one is there. Now, first one, in how many such flags can you generate? So one below the other. The first flag can be, the first box can be filled in how many ways? How many
5.
available objects are there in your hand? You have 5 objects. So you have placed 5 here. Now, how many different ways can you fill this? Say in this question, one part is not mentioned.
Repeating or not repeating?
Repetition is not mentioned because if you use one cloth at the top, you can use the same cloth at the bottom. You're able to understand?
So no repetition, sir.
So it is by default no repetition. So in this question, they have not mentioned anything about repetition. Logically, for this particular signal to be formed, you cannot form repetition at all. Is that clear?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So the first box can be filled in 5 ways, and the second box can be filled in
4 ways.
4 ways. So in total, how many total number of ways can this be formed? So you can
20.
form
20.
you can form 20 different signals using 2 colors at a time. Okay, or I can say you can produce 20 2-colored signals. Am I right? In a similar way, if I want a 3-colored signal, the first color that can be used in the topmost part can be done in 5 ways. This can be done in 4 ways, and this can be done in
3 ways.
3 ways. So in how many ways can you form a 3-colored signal, a tri-colored signal?
60.
60 ways.
60 ways. Okay. In how many ways can you produce a signal with 4 colors? 5, 4.
120 ways.
You can do it in 120 ways. In how many ways can you produce a 5-colored signal?
120 ways.
120
That will also
ways.
be 120 ways because the last one will take a 1. I hope you understood. So this can be done
Yes,
with 5,
sir.
4, 3, 2, 1. So it's same 120 ways. Okay. So this 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. This and is like intersection. Intersection means multiplication. So that is why you multiplied 5, 4, 3 and 2. That is why you got it as 120. Whereas this OR is like union. Union means addition. So what I'm trying to say is you can either form a 20 2-colored signal, or you can form a 60 tri-colored signal, or you can form 120 4-colored signals, or you can produce 120 5-colored signals. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So 120 plus a 240, 240. So you can produce a total of 320 signals using all these 5 colors and arranging them one below the other.
Sir, actually, I had some network connectivity issues, sir. Can you say it again, sir?
From where?
Starting, sir.
From starting, it's difficult. Please.
Summary, at least can I summarize, sir?
Summarize, see, 2-colored signal, I told first box can be filled in 5 ways, second box can be filled in 4 ways. That is 20 signals. Are you able to understand? So if you want to form a 3-colored signal, 5, 4, 3, that is 60 signals. If you want to form a 4-colored signal, 5, 4, 3, 2, that is 120 signals. If you want to form a 5-colored signal, 5, 4,
box, how
3,
much signals, sir? Like in one box, how much signals is there, sir?
You read the question, no? Generated by arranging at least two flags in order. So you can have at least 2, or at least you can have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, how you got 20, 60, 120 and all, sir?
Multiplication, 5 into 4, 20. 5 into 4 into 3, 60. Fundamental principle of
You're
counting.
taking the maximum order first, sir.
Sorry?
First, you're taking the maximum order, sir. Like maximum from the maximum.
That is how we need to do. So first one can be filled in 5 available colors. Second one can be filled in 4 available. Why 4? Because out of the 5, I would have used 1 in the above one. Okay. So that is why it is 320 signals. Shall we move on to the exercise?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now listen. So how many 3-digit numbers can be formed from the digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, assuming repetition is allowed? So how many 3-digit numbers? How many 3-digit? So how many after that you have a number? No, that number represents the number of blank spaces. So what are all the available digits in your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So since repetition is allowed, this can be filled in how many ways?
5 ways. 5 ways.
5 ways, 5 ways. So 125.
125.
125 numbers are possible with repetition.
Okay.
Without repetition,
5 ways, 4 ways,
4
3.
and 3 ways.
3.
how
60.
much is it?
60 ways.
So you can produce 60 numbers without repetition. That's the meaning. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
It's a simple problem. Shall I move on to the next one? See, I hope you guys can write the theory. That is why I'm not explaining it here. Okay,
Sir,
don't
if you're
write.
asking those repetitions and all, you should give only the maximum value, sir.
Yes, it is maximum value. No, you can use any of the. It's not like maximum or minimum. Try to understand. In this blank space, I can use all the 5 letters that I have in my hand. It's not nothing related to maximum or minimum. I can use all the 5. In this also, I can use all the 5. In this also, I can use all the 5 because I'm allowed to repeat the digits. Whereas in this case, if I use, so I have 5 possibilities. Okay, don't look at them like number 5 or 5 times. So I have 5 possibilities. I can either put 1 or I can put 2 or I can put 3 or 4 or 5. So if I have used one number here, how many numbers are left out in your hand? Mithun.
4, 4.
So that is why I'm putting 4 here. So I have 4 possibilities. Okay. So out of the 4 possibilities, you would have used one number here. So how many numbers are left in your hand?
And now understood, sir.
Yes. How many 3-digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if the digits can be repeated? So 3-digit even numbers. So 3 blank spaces. Since they use the word even numbers, the ones digit can be filled in how many ways? So ones digit can be filled only in
6 ways.
3
3
ways.
different ways.
What are the 3 different ways? 2,
2, 4, and 6.
4 or 6 because it is an even number.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But since repetition is allowed, I can fill this in how many ways? So how many numbers are there in your hand? 6.
6 ways.
I can fill this also in 6 ways. So total number of ways.
108.
108.
36 into 3, that is 108. So 108 such even numbers you can generate. 108 such 3-digit even numbers that you can generate. Okay. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So how many 4-letter code can be formed using the first 10 letters of an English alphabet? Of the English alphabet, if no letter can be repeated. So listen. How many 4-letter code? So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are to be formed from the first 10 letters of the English alphabet. Right? So generally a word you start from the left only. So this blank space has how many possible ways?
10 ways.
you can put any of the first 10 letters. So if out of the 10 letters you have used one letter, since repetition is not allowed, in this how many ways can I fill?
9,
9,
8,
8,
and
7.
7.
So what is the answer? So 56 into 9, how much is it? 45, 4,
5040.
5040.
Sir.
So the 5040 codes can be generated. Is that clear?
Sir.
So 5040 codes. So I'm moving on to the next one. Next. How many 5-digit telephone numbers can be constructed using the digits 0 to 9 if each number starts with 6, 7 and no digit appears more than once? Means no repetition is allowed. This word says no repetition.
And what is
And what is
numbers?
the condition imposed? If each number should start only with 6, 7. So how many digit the phone number should contain?
1.
It should be a 5-digit number. Correct? So it should be a 5-digit number. And what are all the digits you have in your hand? 0 to 9. So total you
9.
have 10 digits in your hand. Okay. Don't make a mistake of 9 because 1 to 9 is 9. 0 included is 10 digits. So out of the 5-digit telephone number, the first number should always be 6 and the second number should always be 7. Are you guys clear with this?
Yes, sir.
6 and 7 is fixed. This is done in one way. This is done in one way. One way in the sense putting 6 there. The other way is putting 7 in its place. Now, this one can be filled in how many ways?
8 ways, sir.
It can be
Yes,
filled
sir.
in.
8 ways.
It can be filled in 8 ways. This can be filled in.
7 ways, 6
7
ways.
and 6.
So, what are the total number of ways? Total 5-digit numbers that are possible.
36.
8 into 7 into 6. How much are they? 56 into 6. 336. Sir. So there are 336 such telephone numbers of 5-digit possible, which start with 6 and 7. Okay. Now I'm going to slightly modify this question. You guys are going to answer. I'm saying I still want a 5-digit telephone number that can be constructed using the digit 0 to 9, but I'm not imposing the condition that it should start with 6 and 7. Can you tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the digits cannot be repeated.
So then 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6,
Tell
sir.
me, 10 into
9 into 8 into 7 into 6.
40, sir. Sir, 30,240. Sir, 336 and 19, no, sir.
it's wrong. I wantedly asked you this question. It is wrong. Why? What did I say? It should be a 5-digit telephone number. Am I right?
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted to be a 5-digit telephone number means, since you told 10, means I can put a 0 also in the first place. Am I allowed to put a 0? If I
No,
put a
sir.
0 here, see, this is the point you need to be very careful. If I put a 0, it will become a 4-digit telephone number.
So 0 is
So
not
9,
included,
sir.
sir.
Zero should not be put in the first place.
Okay,
I'm not.
sir.
So 0
So
should not be
9,
put.
sir.
So 0 should not be put here means it is 9. Now, since excluding 0, you would have put any one of the non-zero digit in the first place. Right? So
Yes,
the
sir.
second place, how many digits can you put?
8.
It is still 9 only.
9
because now
only,
0 is,
sir.
Now we can
because
add 0, sir.
here you can put a 0.
Sir,
Is there any confusion, guys?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
Somebody called me. Right. I hope it is clear. So here it is 9. It is because I am excluding 0. Here it is 9. Here I am including 0.
Including 0.
So remaining things are the same. 8 into 7 into 6 is the same. So 336 into, it should not be 90, rather it should be 81. Are you guys
Okay,
clear?
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Shall I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Fifth one. So there is a coin which is tossed 3 times and the outcomes are recorded. How many possible outcomes are there?
8, sir.
It is 8, that's it. Because when a coin is tossed, how many outcomes are possible?
2 outcomes.
2 outcomes,
Two.
sir.
It can be head or a tail. So when a coin is tossed 3 times and the outcomes are recorded. So first time, second time, third time. Okay. So first time, if you're getting a head, here you might get a tail, here you might get a tail. If you're getting a head here, you might get a tail here, you might get a head here. Like this, if you keep writing the combination, then look at the answer. Okay. 4 times head, 4 times tail, 2 times head, 2 times tail, 2 times head, 2 times tail, 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail. So these are all the possible outcomes, which is nothing but 2 power 3. The answer is 8. So 8 possible outcomes are there. Okay. Now I'm slightly modifying the question. Instead of a coin, had it been a die which is rolled 3 times, then how many outcomes would have been possible? Instead of it being a coin has 2 sides, head or a tail. It's an unbiased coin. Okay. If I replace the coin with an unbiased die and the die is rolled 3 times, what are all the possible outcomes? How many outcomes are there?
206, sir.
It is 216 because
16, sir. 16.
each time a die is rolled, it has 6 outcomes. So first time there might be 6 possibilities, and second time there might be 6 possibilities, and third time it might be 6 possibilities. Here it is subsequent event, means one is happening after the other. So it can be 216 outputs. Are you guys able to understand? This is when a die is rolled. How many times? 3 times.
3 times.
So had it been rolled n times, the answer would have been 6 power n. Similarly, had the coin been tossed n times, the answer would have been 2 power
And
N.
Okay. So shall we do? This is the last problem. With this, the first exercise is over. So this is also an easy chapter, please. 2 more classes will be done. Next. Given 5 flags of different colors, again same thing. How many different signals can be generated if each signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other? Given 5 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated if each
So no
signal...
repetition, sir.
Obviously, no repetition. You cannot use 2 colors. See, suppose I give you, let's say I'm giving you a clay. Okay. I'm giving you 5 different colors clays: red, orange, yellow, blue, and green, something like this. If I ask you to arrange these clays in the given requirement, if suppose you have used the red clay here, you cannot use the red clay here again because you have already used it.
Okay, sir.
So, you're able to understand. So, here
sir.
by default it is without repetition. They'll not give you.
Understood, sir.
Yeah. So, given 5 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated if each signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other? Answer is again, it's similar to the last problem that we did in the
20,
exam.
sir.
20.
20, sir.
Requires the use of 2 flags, that's it. 5 into 4, that's the answer. So because the first one can be filled in 5 ways, the second one can be filled in 4 ways. The total number of ways that is possible is 20 ways. I hope it is clear.
How is the second one can be filled in 4 ways?
Because all are different colors now.
Okay, sir. Sir, but in the question it is asked each signal requires 2 flags, no, sir?
Yeah, each signal requires the use of 2 flags. That's it. You are going to use only 2 flags.
Out of 5, I are going to use only 2 flags, sir.
Only 2. That's it. They didn't say at least or at most.
Okay, sir.
You need only a 2-colored signal. That's it. So you can produce 20 such signals. I hope it is clear. Right? So this is all about the fundamental principle of counting. So in tomorrow's class, I will explain how to derive the formula for permutations. Okay. So with the formula that I'm going to derive tomorrow, you can still solve this exercise. But let's do that for miscellaneous part. Then you will understand better. Okay. As of now, you have fundamental principle of counting in your mind. Tomorrow, I'll explain what is permutations. Let's try to combine both and then understand. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a minute. I will take snapshot. Then you can leave.